Hi there to all you passionate teachers out there. This is Tian from the Abuti Syllabus, and today we're looking at the intermediate phase materials that are now available. Once again, we've put together these materials in 5 of the most spoken languages in South Africa, and you can expect to see some great animations, fun workbook activities, a reader that's also animated, a teacher's guide with grammar help, audio and vocabulary recorded by native speakers, and assessments. So before we get into the intermediate phase, I would suggest to everybody that you watch the Abuti Syllabus training video on the full foundation phase package. You can find this on YouTube, and this will give you a great idea of how these materials have been put together, and this will really help you use these materials to their full potential. You will see the noun class poster introduced, as well as the board game, and all of these tools can be applied in the intermediate phase as well. So once again, you will receive your flash drive and you will be looking for the Abuti exe file. So I'm just going to click on this to open the software. And once again, you will see a training video, some instructions you can read. Let's click next. I'm going to select English for this demonstration. And here you can see, as always, everything's laid out easy and simple. So the activities are here on the top and the content is here to the left. You need to select a lesson. So let's go for the body. And then for each lesson, you have an activity, for example, the teacher's guide related to this lesson, the workbook, the animation, the audio, all related to this lesson. So let's start with the teacher's guide, as always. I'm just going to full screen the teacher's guide. So the first thing we're going to look at in the teacher's guide are the CAPS themes as suggested in the CAPS document. Here you will see a table very nicely laid out and made easy for you to see which lessons in the Abuti Syllabus Intermediate phase are connected to which theme. If we scroll down a little bit, you will also see key phrases as suggested by the CAPS document that you could teach to the students at your own discretion, depending on their level and understanding of the language. And finally, you will see a section in the teacher's guide that explains how to utilize the stories within the reader so it connects with the workbook. Here you will see a table again that easily lays out which story is related to which lesson. So story number 1, for example, connects with lesson number 2 in the workbook that deals with hobbies. And this really helps you to use these stories coherently and will help to consolidate the language learned within each lesson. So let's go back to the software and let's click on the next button. So let's have a look at the workbook. The workbook pages are also available in PDF format, which you can then save or print out for the students depending on the size of the class. And then we get to the animations. So for each of the lessons, you will have a great animation that explains new vocabulary, little quiz sections for the students to interact and have an interactive experience on these videos, and also phrases of the week that are explained in detail in the teacher's guide. And once again, we've added a speed button should you decide to slow down the animations for the students to comprehend the language a little bit better if they find that it's too fast. A very important note to make on the animations is that we have a lot of vocabulary that repeats on these lessons. So I think before starting with the animations, it would be a great idea to teach, like pre-teach, this vocabulary, and this would make it easier for the students to comprehend the lesson. For example, in each lesson you will have the phrase or the sentence, "Do you remember?" these words. This will be for revision. You will have the sentence, now let's learn some new words. So this will then introduce new vocabulary. This will all be spoken in the target language. You will also find on each animation this sentence, can you find the correct translation? That repeats as well. Now it's your turn, can you find the correct translation? And you will also find that the sentence, it's time for the phrase of the day, also repeats on all of the animations. So really a good idea to just introduce these sentences to the students before starting the animations. Great stuff. Let's go back to our software, and as always we have an audio section. These are the words and phrases related to this lesson recorded by a native speaker. This really helps to get a grip on the pronunciation of these words, and you can play these words separately and have the students repeat after the native speaker. We also have an extras button, and here you will find vocabulary cards that you can use along with the board game that's included in the foundation phase. And we will also keep adding extra materials on each of the upgraded versions that we release every year. So watch this space. And finally, we get to the assessments button. You will need to go down to this button on the left-hand side to access the assessments. And all of the assessments will be included in the upgraded version of the Abuti Syllabus Intermediate phase. So again, watch this space. So I hope this video has been useful, and as always, if you need more information or technical support, just send an email to info@abutisyllabus.com or abutisyllabus@gmail.com. You can also visit our website to see what other products we have to offer. So from the Abuti team, we're absolutely certain that you're going to love these new materials. We hope you have fun facilitating these lessons. We'll see you next time, and remember, let Abuti do the teaching.